All right, I'm Eddie Hara. I'm a visual artist, mostly painter, and I'm Indonesian, and I've been living in Switzerland for the last 20 years. But I still have to go back and forth to Indonesia and Asia for any kind of projects, exhibitions, and art fairs. And although I'm here already 20 years, I'm still considered as Indonesian artist. But for Basel Art Circle, I'm also, well, I do belong to the Basel local artists as well, but mainly in the underground scene, like comic, graffiti art, or all those kind of things. Also, I make friends a lot with the music scene here, musicians, punks, activists, and all those weirdos in Klein Basel. Yes, it's true. Of course, I'm much influenced by children art, comics, modern graphic designs, graffitis, and all those TV news, and I express it in my own way, with colors, with different kind of figures, but I also bring up some important issues of the world nowadays, like, of course, politics, gender issue, sexuality, religion, classes, and all those things which are appeared on TV these days, like, but mostly the negative side always. Yes, because for me, I think contemporary art is not just about the aesthetic. It also should bring the message to the public or to the viewers. And also, a good artist should bring issue that what is happening in the society, especially. And this is what I miss here in Basel, that artists not bringing up enough message to public with such issue. But I think in America, in Germany, in Russia, in Africa, and in Mexico or Brazil, they are all having this kind of things. Doesn't mean that your art should be something which is social political, no, but at least something that a certain message should be done with your work. Not only political, of course, can be also environmental, social, and all other things. Yes, with my art, I just want people, for instance, people coming to my show, they see, oh wow, this is a nice work, colorful, beautiful, aesthetic, artistic, colors are nice, composition are alright, and then they are placed in a nice, beautiful places like galleries or art spaces. Not only that, but also if they read the titles, if they read the concept in the catalogs or in the brochures, they just not only seeing, but coming home with certain thought in their mind, a certain problem. Oh, this artist said that, let's don't consume too much sea creatures. Oh, recycle, whatever, reuse, recycle. Don't drive cars too often, whatever, like, give at least one Sunday we shouldn't drive our cars, whatever, like. So there's always something which the public brought in their mind home after seeing my show. I hope. So far, with the children, it's easy to educate them through my paintings, because all these funny, weird creatures, they can get into their minds easily. For me, I'm at the moment, the last 3-4 years, I've been busy bringing up the issue of environmental and of our environment. For instance, the 3 years ago, I had a project, a solo show project at Art-Basel, Hong Kong. I brought up the issues of our ocean, of especially Indonesian seas, where either it's overfished, or environmentally damaged by our traditional fishermen, by catching the fish with bombs or with cyanide to make it easier. And also those Chinese and Thai fishermen coming with a big trawl, a big ship with trawl, and also they use a kind of satellite to track down where is the big group of fishes swimming in the sea, and they catch everything. But unfortunately, they don't only catch big fishes, but they also caught different kind of creatures, like blue turtles, dolphins, any other creatures, which is also for us, most of them are very endangered species, and they throw it away dead or heavily hurt or wounded. So they think by showing some figures of very weird fishes or octopus or squids, which are often appeared at the moment in my works, and I also told the publics, the guests at the art fairs, especially to children, that we are not supposed to consume, for instance, tunas, because tunas are getting endangered at the time in many oceans, either in Pacific or Atlantic or in the Mediterranean. They are getting extinct at the moment. So it's also, we shouldn't eat this kind of rare fishes, which they are served mostly in Asian restaurants. So we have to concern about all these things, what we are eating, what we are, more environment. So not so much politics at the moment. Well, another one which I still remember clearly was the empty ocean has been always our home. The painting depicts a kind of lost creatures. You can see either it's octopus or squid, which ate tentacles, but one tentacles was cut off, and with the big eye, kind of scared eyes. So this is again a symbol of that the ocean, our ocean on planet, has been recently highly polluted by either by all those vessels, ships, tankers, which got struck or got accident and spilled the oils everywhere. And this is really again our loss of many creatures in the ocean. And also the Fukushima, I heard the incident of Fukushima also radiates so many this kind of dangerous radiation until thousands of miles in Pacific, and that's also affected the creatures that they eat daily there in Japan, especially, or in Asia, that they consume a lot of seafood. So this kind of things is a message either hidden or out loud, and this kind of issue the artist should concern and should spread over with their work, to just remind the public how our environment is all about and the danger of it. Titles of works are important to me or to my works, because as soon as the public or viewers seeing my works, read my titles, then it brings them to the idea of the works itself. For instance, Dead Fucking Boys. This is my tribute to Joseph Beuys, one of the respected, known German artists. He was not only activist, not only artist, but he was a kind of thinker also, a weirdo, I can say. I read some stories about him joining the SS Air Force and being shot somewhere in Mongolia, and then was saved by a tribes deep in the Middle Asia by putting the fat of animals. That's why he could survive. And when he became an artist, after all, he used also wax and fat as one of the expression materials. This is a kind of story which has really attracted me. So, but when I was young in the 80s, I was still at school. Everyone must have had a hero in their ideal thing. Like, some friends chose Basquiat as their heroes. I chose Joseph Beuys as my hero. Someone else chose Kit Haring because of the graffiti scene in New York. So that's why Dead Fucking Boys is kind of ironic, funny kind of things, because in a way, this is like between love and hate thing in me, I love him, I hate him, but he's still someone special to me as one of the respected. And then another title, once I made a small drawing, it's called Heavy Metal is Not Dead, but Sounds Funny. It means that I love heavy metals, but also from time to time I'm fucked up with such things, with such heavy things, tunes, and so I need also a break from all those heavy tunes. So I listen to melodic punks, to ska music, and even jazz. So so this kind of things. And what else? One, as I remember, also one work called Mickey's Dead, meaning I like the sculpture thing, but sometimes when I was younger, I thought this kind of American culture with all the superheroes, with all these comic things, in Asia are really killing the local cultures. Children know more about Mickey Mouse or Hello Kitties or all these Japanese mangas rather than Ramayana or Mahabharata in our country. So I want to kill them all. So I often make Mickeys with skulls, but with the big ears. And also I sometimes make the Hello Kitty, the Hello Kitty, but also in the form of a skull. That was like in our third year of academy. Everyone must have a certain themes of their works. I chose the children paintings or children drawings as my subject matters, as my theme. And why children paintings? Because I'm always impressed and I'm always fascinated by children works, because the way how the children express the feeling, it's so spontaneously, so spontaneous, so direct, and sometimes even with the text. And that is what we missed often as adults: the direct thing, the honest, the pure, the raw, even the, how you call it, diabolic part. Sometimes if they are angry, they just speak it out loud. So I want something like this too, like a kind of raw, pure and honest. With these three words, I chose this way, and until slowly I got my own style with this. But then I traveled to Europe in 1984, to Switzerland especially, and a little bit to Germany. And there I saw what's going on in Europe at that time, in the middle of 80s. This new wild movement, this trans avant-garde in Italy, the street art was going on in New York and LA with all those artists like Kit Haring and Basquiat. And then in Germany you have Markus Lupert and A.R. Pank, which were really, for me, really impressive. And I could see also that there were a certain new primitivism in the expression, also the rawness of how they express and how they splash, or how they stroke their brushes on canvas, a kind of direct, honest and very raw also. Well, that's things which influence also a certain comics and also with the hip hop movement, also the graffiti, well, we call it the old school graffiti, also started to grow in the 80s. So everything which I saw, which I brought back to my country and influenced, were influencing my works, really formed my style until now. So comical, self-irony, direct, colorful, wild. So here we go. No, it's not. Let's say it's not conservative. It's totally modern and open, but still they need a time to accept someone coming from the outside. I mean, I'm an outsider. Let's say like this. let's say this way, I'm well integrated here. Most friends, most artist friends or musician friends, whatever, or designers, they were trained in the art school here, and they need time that my art is different than them. Although the last 10 years, the younger generation here in Basel is they are more appreciate. They appreciate more my works than the older generation. And why I moved here? It's I met my wife here. Well, I was invited as the artist in how you call it, International Artist Exchange program from Christoph Merian Stiftung 20 years ago. So then I met Catherine, my wife, and then, well, the love. I came here because of the love, and then I decided to move here to live. Because I'm coming from a faraway country, and it's still, well, let's say it's developing country. So some kind of European high art scene, like I have to prove something that I'm as good as them. So it's a kind of hard. It took me more than, let's say, 6-7 years to get accepted here in the circle. But as I mean, I didn't mind at all, but slowly the music scene more accepted me, because in the music scene there is no, how you call it, no hierarchy. Either you are in this kind of art, in that kind of art. So they just, like, you are free to express whatever you like to feel, to do. So I went to many concerts. I make friends with musicians, and mostly rock musicians or punks, and they appreciated what I've been doing so far, rather than the art circle itself. But slowly also I've been making friends with designers here in Basel, because also they are more open rather than the art circle. Because let's say graphic designers, fashion designers, photographers, and few architects, they appreciate it. And the few young artists who travel to Indonesia, also they directly could accept me, because they realized that in Indonesia I am someone who already been active, exhibiting or written in many catalogs as someone active in the scene in Indonesia. When I went here in 1984, and then later on in 1989, I was studying in Holland for a year until 1990. Some people were reacting a kind of strange to me, because the European public sometimes asked me, "Oh, Eddie, where is your Eastern part? Where is your Eastern element in it?" They were always expecting Indonesian element in my works, which I thought was weird, because as an artist, sometimes you have this kind of idea or fantasy which is beyond this cultural borders between East or West, whatever. Of course, I didn't blame them at all. I didn't blame the European public because of this, which is, I think it's a kind of, well, I say normal because, but what I feel rather strange is, for instance, if some German artists came to Indonesia and had a show there, normally we didn't ask, where is your German element in your paintings? Because I think automatically it's there because the art is coming from German, so very automatic you can see, well, this is a German art, this is the European art. Okay, that's one part. And then coming back to Indonesia, and the Indonesian art scene also, well, also the buyers, the art collectors, they often said that my work is too Western, is too European. I was kind of laughing, come on. So, well, I keep on going. So, finally, I think slowly, the art world is changing globally, because the Asian economy was growing, it started with Japan, Korea, China, Taiwan. And then the European artists start to travel to the East, like finding something new, which is they already did when Paul Gauguin went to Tahiti, like more than 100 years ago. Anyway, also the globalization started, so everywhere in the world a kind of having infos, a lot of infos coming to or from each other, from the west to the east, from east to the west, from the north to the south, from the south to the north, from the rich to the poor countries, from the poor countries to the rich. So it's more open. Plus, one thing which I remember was the MTV. This is very global. Through music, they also introduce global cultures, which was fully accepted either in Africa, in Asia, America, Europe, or Australia. So no more borders culturally, which is also in the art world. It's a kind of was much appreciated as the openness of many things. So at the end of the day, I think now, especially after the China booming really, and the China contemporary art went global, the Western art scene started to open their eyes, which is also affected to us in Indonesia, and now we are more well accepted in the West as just art, nothing from Indonesia. Well, of course we are Indonesian artists, but there's no issues of Eastern or Western, or North or South, or powerful or less powerful. So I think at the end of the day, everyone discuss about which is bad art, which is good art. That's all. First of all, I wouldn't say that I'm the child of globalization. Of course, I was witnessing what's going on in the 80s, a lot of things going on in the world, politically, socially, culturally. Let's say, okay, what I remember in the 80s while I was studying in Holland, because then I started to see all the news on TVs, because they are so open, more open than our TV in Indonesia at the time under Suharto regime. Um, First of all, in the 80s, so many things going on. First, Greenpeace was born. Secondly, the Berlin Wall fell. And what the most interesting also for me was the Solidarność in Poland with Wałęsa. That was, and then also from the alternative lifestyle, the body shop business starting. And then what else? In the music scene, so many things going on, which is really also really impressed me a lot, you know. The hip hop, the hard rock, the heavy metal, all the things which is also going global through MTV. And also the economy also really booming in Germany, in Holland, the whole Europe. So that was also the art movement, as I said before, like the new wild in Germany, the trans avant-garde in Italy, and all these things, the graffiti scene, the new things in America with Basquiat and Andy Warhol. So that was I mean, culturally also it's interests me a lot, and I was witnessing the things, the change, and the globalization, which is good and bad. There are always two sides, good and bad. The good thing meaning that we are also from the the strict countries, the fully controlled country by the regime or dictatorships, also could see what's going on also without being stopped. All the infos from the West. And the democracy in many countries started to grow. But also the bad part is that all this capitalistic thing coming to our country, which is that we swallow it fully without filter it, you know. So big companies, multinational companies coming to us as well, and which was killing the local business. So there's always good and bad things. But for me, I try to be optimistic, so that we could filter things.